To the same old soda bread or shepherd's pie on St. Patrick's Day. Chef Aaron Neiman from Kroger is here with a refined Irish dish. What are you making for us, Chef?
Good morning.
Hi, happy St. Patrick's Day.
A happy St. Patrick's Day to you. I'm clad in my green here.
Looking good.
Thank you, thank you. So we are making a refined Irish dish, but it's still keeping it simple like we like to do. So what I have is I have 2.5 pounds of red potatoes, which I have cooked off. You can boil those, microwave those. I steam them just because I have the capability to do so. And then I have an entire bunch of green onions, an entire bunch of kale that I've cleaned and chopped up and I sauteed. And I added that to the cooked potatoes, and then I added cream cheese to that. So you're using an entire bunch of kale and an entire bunch of green onions and an entire 8-ounce pack of cream cheese. And you're gonna mix that up either with a fork or a potato masher, and you're gonna leave it a little bit chunky, and that's what it's gonna come out to look like. And that's a cold cannon potato, but we're putting a little bit of a twist on it, and we're putting it into a pan today. So we're making it into a cake, and what I've done is I put it into a pan with a little bit of butter, and all we're doing is just crisping that up. So you're gonna cook it just like a pancake or a crab cake, or grilled cheese even. And that's gonna get a little bit of brown on there, and these are ready to go.
I like that because you get a little bit of green on your plate.
Exactly.
With that kale in there. Yeah, that looks great. And a little bit of healthy from the kale that maybe your kids won't notice.
Yeah, well, this is a traditional Irish dish that I've taken a little bit of a twist. It's typically cabbage, and I just added kale, which is, you know, the same concept. And with the dish itself, so you can use brisket, you can use lamb. Today I've just chosen steak, just based on what I have available. So I cooked the steak in a pan. And we've got a little bit of rosemary in the dish. And I'm gonna pull that rosemary out, and we're gonna use that same pan. So we have just a little bit of butter left in there, and what I have going in is a little bit of Irish whiskey, and I've added a little bit of water just so we don't have any issues going into the pan.
You don't want a fire, right?
No. And that is the thing to remember here is that, you know, when using any sort of alcohol when cooking, there is definitely the capability to start a fire at home if you have any open flames nearby. So what I have in there is I have about 3 ounces of Irish whiskey, and I'm using Jameson today, which is, I personally think, the best choice and the most available choice in the area.
Good choice.
And then a little bit of water, and the water is just going to cut through the alcohol. You do want to taste the whiskey, just because when I add the cream, you definitely want to be able to taste that flavor. So we're going to cook that down for just a little bit with some more fresh rosemary. And while we are doing that, before I add the sour cream, I have a super fast dessert. We actually sell, have you heard of cake in a mug, right? The mug cakes?
Yeah.
So this is ready to be cooked right inside the container. And all I did was on the back it says add 2 ounces of water and 2 ounces of butter. I added 2 ounces of sour cream and 2 ounces of Jameson.
Oh, wow. So you've got like a whiskey cream cake then.
Yes, and it's super simple, and it's right in the cup, and it's a moist, ready to cook cake, and you can eat it right out of the cup. Huh. Super simple, like we like to do, right?
Yeah, I like that. I've never tried that, but it'll look pretty good.
Yeah, and again, simple. And instead of heavy cream into the sauce, we're adding a little bit of sour cream.
Yeah.
So the sour cream is not only going to add that cream that we're looking for, but it's going to add a little bit of acidity. And you're just going to want to whisk that in, and I'm going to work it in here real quick.
You know, a lot of people think that Irish cooking is really simple, but there's a lot of really good fine dining in Ireland.
Yeah, and I mean, all we're doing is we're just taking classic recipes and refining it just a little bit. You know, I'm not doing anything crazy. And the whiskey cream is something that's done in multiple cultures. It's not something that, you know, the Irish are doing necessarily. But again, I have some fresh rosemary in the pan, and our sauce is ready to go.
Okay.
And I lost my spoon here.
Are you going to put that sauce over the whole thing or just the steak?
Over the whole thing.
Oh,
so
nice. That looks great.
Yeah, and it's going to be nice and hearty. You know, if you are drinking for St. Patrick's Day, grabbing a Guinness, this is definitely going to go with it.
That's
but there we are.
And those potato pancakes would keep well for breakfast maybe the next morning too.
Oh, for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Chef Aaron, thank you so much. We'll put all the recipes up on the website for you, local12.com. Have a great day.
Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You too.